Are you a mother who feels guilty about the things you did or didn't do? About the fact that you might have lost your temper or you didn't do it exactly the way you would have loved to have done the situation with your children? You are not alone. This is a common theme and feeling that many mothers do experience, guilt. Today, I want to talk about what is underneath the guilt and why we have it. Hi, I'm Renu Mehta Chang. I am a spiritual teacher and I help mothers, awakened women, really find that balance of living life as an awakened woman and being a mother. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. I am so happy that we are on this path during this incredible time right now. The energies are so intense, and this is an opportunity for many of you out there to really clear and heal and address your old identities, the old ways of living that aren't serving you anymore, to bring you to the point where you can clear away all of it, going forth onto the path of who you are truly meant to be. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell, because then you'll know when new information comes out, and it helps the page and it helps me. So I am truly honored and grateful for you when you do subscribe. So thank you so much. So let's talk about this. Women, mothers, why is there so much guilt? Well, for starters, being a woman, being a mother, one of the first things that we learn is that being selfless equals worthiness. Basically meaning when you have selflessness and you do so much for all the people around you, that is very valuable, and that is what the epitome of all mothers should be. And we've been brought up under that context, not just from our own mothers, but from their mothers, the mothers before that, the mothers before that. This has been going on for generations and generations. And it's come to a point where this mom guilt is just so heavy at times. It's like, oh my gosh, how can I carry all of this and be spiritual awakened and be able to do all these things all at once? Something has to give. And this is the moment where we really are finding that we don't need to carry this guilt anymore, and we can break it down to see what it really is. One of the first things is that when you are selfless and you have that selflessness is equivalent to being a good mother, a good wife, being a good person. You put everyone else first. And when we meet everyone else's needs, then we feel good. And then when we say no or we put up boundaries, we feel guilty. We feel selfish. Those actions that we're doing for ourselves, that's when the selfishness feeling comes in. And sometimes when there's a human experience or emotion that comes in, like we lose our patience, we get tired, we get frustrated, guilt rushes in. It's not that we're bad mothers, but it's that the only path we've been taught is that self-sacrifice is the only way to love. And this creates a feedback loop. Less presence, more guilt, less self-trust, more emotional reactivity, and then more guilt. And then what ends up happening is this cycle is something we experience, and unbeknownst to ourselves, our children are watching it, specifically our own daughters, as we watched our mothers who watched their mothers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's teaching us women to be considering themselves as good girls, as having to be helpful, but also be giving and be quiet. And there's this message that comes out that a good mother always puts everybody else first. So that's why when we set some boundaries, like we get frustrated or we want to take a break, the guilt sets in. Another reason why there is this guilt is perfectionism has been glorified in motherhood. Current present day motherhood is that it's steeped in perfectionism, that we have to do it all. We have to be calm at all times. Everything has to be done organically. You have to heal your trauma. You can't yell. You have to work at a job. You have to be present. You have to be fit. You have to be spiritual. You can't complain. And if you don't check off all those boxes, it leads to guilt. And we were never meant to mean everything to everyone. But there's this energetic pressure to perform and be perfect. And this leads to us constantly feeling like we're falling short of what we're supposed to be doing. And then the guilt becomes the response from that. And the truth is that we're not just parenting our children, we're parenting ourselves too. We're addressing that inner child within us that may or may not have received the energy and the love and the coddling and the experiences that we needed as a child, and not faulting our own parents because they were contending with what they have experienced in their own upbringing. So right now in this day and age, we are addressing our own children's inner children and our own inner child at the same time. And we're also holding space for that ancestral imprints that have not been healed, that we are also coming here in this moment in time to heal as well. All of this ancestral pain, our own inner child, our children's inner children, all of this is very sacred work, but it can be exhausting. And then guilt shows up because we end up yelling like our own parents did when we said we wouldn't do that. And we don't know how to do it differently yet. And sometimes we're healing something after we wish we had healed it before. So it's later than we wished we had learned about it. And this guilt then can sometimes turn into grief because we feel bad that we weren't conscious in the moments that we needed that consciousness because we didn't know what we didn't know and we didn't have the tools to address it at that time. And sometimes when we're healing from our parents, from our mothers, our grandmothers, from generations before, this guilt can come in because we're breaking this cycle. And because we are on this spiritual awakening path as awakened women, we feel everything. We are conscious to what's happening. We're hyper aware of what our energy has the impact on our children. We're aware of that. We're tuned into all the issues and the shadows that we are dealing with, and we want to do better, not from our egos, but from love, from our hearts. And that awareness makes us hypercritical of our own actions. The guilt can be amplified if it's not met with the equal amount of compassion, of grace from ourselves. And the truth is so many moms are struggling, but they're doing it in private. They're doing it in silence because it appears on the internet or in the world that most women, most mothers have it all together. And then when you feel like you're the only one losing it, that guilt seems to be really loud and louder than ever than before because you're wondering, well, she can do it with grace. How come I am struggling and I can't do it with grace? The truth is many of us are dealing with it in the messy, in the real, in the tender spaces of our lives. And it's okay because you are definitely not alone. I am an awakened mother, and I literally have a stain on my shirt right now doing this video. It's just life, but it's real. And when we give each other the love and the support, but also the permission to be real, then that guilt slowly subsides. So when you have that guilt coming up, it's not a sign that you're failing. It's truly a sign that you care. It's a signal from your soul to say that this topic really matters to you very deeply. You don't have to carry it alone because it does not define your worth. It's just showing you that you don't have to do everything underneath this pressure. and that you can ask for support and help. And if you've been carrying this guilt, not just for today, but maybe even for some months or some years, know that you are not alone. I am here to help you if you need help. So if you're in the guilt spiral and you're feeling this in your body right now, I offer one-to-one healing sessions for spiritually awakened women. And if you're feeling the call, you can learn more below. And you can also start with my free Spiritual Awakening Kit, which is a soft space to help you come back to yourself. And I'm sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.